guys, I am Muchekwa and I am back with Maths XYZ, and today I will be taking you through box and whisker diagram from statistics. Okay, I will be taking you through box and whisker diagram. With box and whisker, in order to construct a box and whisker diagram, the first thing that you must find is your minimum value. Minimum value. A minimum value is the lowest number in the data set, and the next one is our lower quartile, which has a symbol of Q1, of which the lower quartile is the median of the lower half of the ordered data set. So when you are dealing with statistics, the first thing that you must do when you are about to answer a question is to write your data, the data that you are given in an ordered way, so that you do not get confused when you have to find your lower quartile, your median, and also your upper quartile. Then your lower quartile, to find the position of the lower quartile, you must then use an equation n plus 1 over 4. This equation is only to find out the position of the lower quartile. Then the next one that you must find is your median, which has a symbol of Q2, of which the median is the middle number of the ordered data set. That's why I encourage you to always write your data in an ordered way, so that when you have to find your lower quartile and your median and your upper quartile, you do not struggle to find it. Then to find the position of your median, you then use an equation n plus 1 over 2. Then again you must find your upper quartile, which is a sign of Q3, of which to find the position of the upper quartile, you use an equation 3 into n plus 1 over 4. Remember, your upper quartile is the median of the upper group of the ordered data set. Then you now find your maximum value. You now find your maximum value. Your maximum value is the highest number of your data set. So then if you have written your data in an ordered way, you can just see this is your minimum, and the last number that you have in your data is your maximum number. Alright, this is all that you need so that you can construct a box and whisker diagram. But then with box and whisker diagram, there are questions that you must analyze the graph, the diagram that you have drawn. Then when we need to analyze the box and whisker diagram, let me just erase this quickly so that I can show you things that are needed to analyze the data that you are given. Alright, so if you are asked to analyze the box and whisker diagram, the things that you have to take into consideration, it's your mean and median. Median and your mean. Because these two, they mostly determine on which way your graph will be skewing. So if your mean is equals to your median, then the box and whisker diagram is normally skewed. That means that it will be something like this. So that means that the mean and the median, they are equal. Then the graph is normally skewed. Then if your mean is greater than your median, then that means that the graph has been skewed to the right, which is also said to be positively skewed. Then the graph, your box and whisker diagram will look like this. It will have this kind of a shape. Your box and whisker diagram, it will be like that. Then this one is your minimum value, this one is your lower quartile, this one is your median, this one is your upper quartile, and this one is your maximum value. Then if your mean is less than your median, then the box and whisker diagram is said to have skewed to the left, which is also negatively skewed. Negatively skewed. Then that means that your mean is less than your median. Then your box and whisker diagram, it will look like something like this. It will be bigger this side. It will look like this. And which this one is your minimum value, This one is your lower quartile, this is your mean, this one is your upper quartile, and this one is your maximum value. All right, let me just recap with you guys. The first thing, when they ask you to analyze your Box-and-Whisker diagram, you have to compare between the median and the mean. Then if your mean is equals to the median, then that means that the Box-and-Whisker diagram has been normally skewed, that it will look like something like this. Then your mean is in the middle. Then if your mean is greater than the median, then the diagram will have skewed to the right, which is also known as positively skewed. Then you will have your minimum value closer to the lower quartile, your minimum value will be closer to the lower quartile, and then your mean will be closer to the lower quartile, and your upper quartile will be far away from your median. And then if your mean is less than the median, then the diagram would have been negatively skewed, which is also known as negatively skewed. Then this is what you will see, that your mean, your lower quartile is far from your minimum value, and also your lower quartile is far from your median, of which the median is closer to the upper quartile and closer to the maximum value. Then this one is negatively skewed, and this one is positively skewed. Can you see that if you're just using your hands, then this one of which the mean is closer to the negative, which is to the negative, that means that it has been skewed to the right. So it's just the opposite. So with this one of which the median is like to the right, then the diagram has been skewed to the left. It's just the opposite of each other if you're using your hands to figure it out. All right, let me show you another way of analyzing, of which you might be asked of. Okay, about outliers. Outliers in a data is the value of which lies much larger or smaller than the rest of the values of the data set. So to find your outliers, we have to find the interquartile range, of which the interquartile range is the difference between the upper quartile, which is Q3 minus Q1, sorry, is the difference between upper quartile and lower quartile. So it's upper quartile minus lower quartile. This is the interquartile range. Then to find the value less than the values, much less than the values of the data set, you then use Q1. This is the equation, Q1 minus 1.5 multiplied by interquartile range. This is to find the values which are much more lesser than the rest of the data set. Then to find the upper value, which is much more higher than most of the data set, you then use the equation Q3 plus 1.5 multiplied by interquartile range. Then this one is to find a value which is much higher than the upper quartile. This one is to find the values in the data set which are much higher than the lower quartile range. After finding this value, you will then go into your data set and find out how many numbers lie within these two, and if there are more, then you just use percentage to find out how many percent of the number lie within the interquartile range. Then another way of finding the outliers is by doing a scatter plot. The point which is far away from other point, those are the ones which are the outliers of the data set. So if you have a scatter plot, for example, you have dots there, and there's another one which lies there and the other one that lies there. Then these two are outliers of the data set because they lie much higher than the rest of the data set, and this one lies much lower than the rest of the data set. So this is just another way of finding the outliers by using a scatter plot, or using this equation to find outliers, of which you have to first find the interquartile range, which is the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile. And after that, you find the data which lie much less than the lower quartile by using the equation lower quartile minus 1.4 multiplied by interquartile range. And then another thing that you must do is to find values which lie much higher than the upper quartile range, or upper quartile, I mean to say, of which you use upper quartile plus 1.5 multiplied by IQR, which is the interquartile range. All right, thank you guys. I hope you understood this session. Tomorrow we'll do an example and also construct a Box-and-Whisker diagram from the things that we have learned in this lesson, so that we can understand much better when you are applying it in an example. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to Maths XYZ so that you can get daily notification when we upload videos, and don't forget to share with your friends and your loved ones. Thank you.